Hey guys! So first off, sorry for the background noise. This is my busy season, so of course that laser is running. All right, so I want to go over cut shapes and what is important or how they can be helpful. I have a 14-inch laser bed or laser workspace, and I need to cut out a 20-inch circle for one of these big round signs that we keep seeing popping up all over the place. So what I've done is I've got my circle, or actually it's going to be a circular frame to go around one of those big wooden pieces. And I've got my material laid out right here, so I kind of know how to fit it on my laser bed. And then I've got this little pinhole right here that I'm going to use to set up a jig to cut this out. But the first thing I really need to know how to do, and what I want to show you guys today, is how to cut this shape in half without losing integrity. So I do this in Lightburn by creating another one of these little rectangles, and it really doesn't matter what size, as long as it's as big as your circle. So I'm just going to hit D to duplicate that, and I'm going to drag it down to approximately center. It doesn't have to be perfect. I say that, but I'm still going to scroll in and try and get it as close as I can, because that's just who I am. All right, I'm going to scroll out, and then what I've got here is now a circle. I've got my material here. Let me turn that different color so we know that it's my material. I've got the circle that I am trying to cut out. Let me grab this. I'm going to turn that a different color as well so I can show you guys how it's going to cut. And then I have the material that I'm going to use to, I'm in my own way this morning, sorry guys. And then I've got my rectangle that I'm going to use to actually cut my circle. So I've got this circle, or I should say circle frame. I've got these two circles. They are grouped together. Remember, it needs to be grouped if you're going to cut it as a shape. And now I've got this rectangle right here kind of running through the middle. So just so that I know I've got all the pieces I want, I'm going to duplicate this circle. So I'm going to Control D to duplicate. Now I've got that. I'm going to grab the circle first, or the frame. That is the shape I am cutting. And then I'm going to grab this second rectangle I made. That is the shape I'm cutting with. So grab your shape you're cutting first, cutting with second. And then I'm going to go up here to my favorite toolbar, which is the tools, and hit cut shape. And voila, I now have pieces of this shape that I have cut into pieces, if you will. So let me go back, Control Z, we're undoing. And then I'm going to turn that one a different color and turn this piece a different color. And then I'm going to go up to my laser window, to my cuts and layers. And I'm going to go ahead and grab that red circle, and I'm going to grab that just by holding Shift, clicking on the red, and then deleting it. Oh, it doesn't want to delete because I've got other pieces, but anyway. So now I've got these two parts that I can cut out that fit on my laser, and I can make this frame for this 20-inch logo sign that I'm doing for a friend of mine. So hopefully that helps you guys. Cut shapes works great, especially if you're trying to do something that's a little bigger than your laser. Stay tuned, and I'll show you how I actually set up the jig to cut this out. Talk to y'all soon.